It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You were rocking with Dubob. Yo, thanks for joining for episode 77. Round of applause. Yo, I hate to start it off, but yeah, let's put our tinfoil hats on. Let's put our tinfoil hats on. But is it really putting the tinfoil hats on? Because NASA's reporting this. You know, NASA reported that there's an object heading towards Earth past the solar system. It's at the size of Manhattan, 12-mile ship. Mother, they're calling it. They thinking it's like the mothership. They calling it the mothership. They're saying it might even come November. November. It's moving as fast, speed of light, 1,000 miles, something crazy. It's just moving fast, and it's heading directly towards us. It has all the directions just to come towards us. And before I talked about the aliens and things like that. I've been hearing a lot of alien talk lately. Always from last year, leading up to now. Now for a couple of months, stuff been bringing back certain documentaries. If it's UFO sightings, we went through that whole big UFO sighting. Now it's to the point that they want to release certain documents about the UFO. But now even scientists is talking about the anarchy. Basically, they're saying is like African American 7 foot figures that they from NASA scientists talked about. Like they visit the Earth, they've been in communication, all this speculation of all these things that happen. But it's just hearing to talk about that anarchy is just crazy. Talking about it's coming back. It's just remarkable how all this stuff is just happening slowly. Kind of just with all that whole UFO sighting, people seeing certain aliens in certain places. Is it all kind of just coming together and making sense now? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I'll put my tinfoil hat on. But when NASA's reporting these things, they gotta know better than me. And then scientists from they're doing interviews with scientists going back and telling them about these 7 foot African Americans. It's crazy. Um, but are the aliens coming back? I mean, they talked about November. November now. That's the date. I mean, there was some weird stuff going on. And people paying attention to it. People paying attention to it, and they're still talking about it. Still talking about these aliens. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see. Because I already talked about how the telescope, was talking about there's something coming to the planet Earth, back in, but now, they're saying that past the solar system and it's already in like, Jupiter is passing Jupiter now, and it just got its headlights to come to Earth for some reason. It's saying it's aggressively coming too, so I don't know. But I play a clip what I seen. I play a clip what I seen, and hope not what it is.
Something massive is heading toward Earth. Astronomers are calling it the Motherboard, a colossal alien ship, larger than any human-made structure, moving silently through the void. But
Okay.
here's the terrifying part. It's not moving randomly, it's changing course, straight toward us.
Hmm.
Its surface is covered in geometric patterns, perfectly aligned grids that almost look like computer circuitry. Some scientists believe it's not just a ship, it's a living, thinking machine. Others say it's a central hub, a mothership designed to control an entire fleet. What's even stranger? Radio telescopes have picked up pulses coming from it. Not random noise, patterns. Binary codes that match no known language on Earth,
Hmm.
yet seem eerily similar to the electrical signals in our own computers. And here's where it gets unsettling.
Well,
Every 11 hours, those pulses sync perfectly with the electrical grid on Earth, as if it's scanning us. If this is a mothership, it's not traveling millions of miles for sightseeing. The
hmm.
real question is, are they coming to connect with us? or to take control. So if this ship arrived tomorrow, would you want to make contact or hide?
I
Right now.
mean, and that's the question. You know, if that is something that's coming in November, or are we trying to connect with it, or are we afraid of it? I mean, I'm sure you've seen on the net with the alien, the rapper. He's, he just made his way into New York with his ATL. He looks like alien. He's cool. He's everything. I mean, I personally think if there is aliens, they know about our culture. They know about some of the things we do. Might not agree with some of the things we do, but they gotta know something about us. And are they our human form? Like, are they like human lookalikes? So many questions. There's so many questions, but the fact that this talk is back again, you know, saying that November is just this is interesting. It's interesting to hear these talks again, but the size of this thing is coming. So now they talking about it's the mothership, and then they talk about the anarchy. I've seen a clip. They talking about the women talking about the anarchy a little bit more.
NASA scientist is saying that he saw a 7-foot tall alien race that looked like African Americans on what he described to be getting off a mile-long spaceship. Let's talk about it. Now, this is all alleged, but I have seen some sources that has talked about this claim, and I honestly don't put anything past it because there's just nothing that I don't believe when it comes down to these extraterrestrials. And my first thought when I read that he saw this race that resembled Africans was the Anunnaki. Now, it was alleged to have been seen at some type of Air Force base, and he said it was hundreds of them. And they looked like a black race, and they were huge. And the Anunnaki were said to be so huge that they were like the Nephilim, which are fallen angels and giants. And he said they had an arrogant look of like conquerors that have never been conquered. I know that's right, aliens. Y'all better serve. But the theory of the Anunnaki's existence has been around for so many years, and they're actually talked about in so many different texts of different cultures around the world. The Anunnakis are said to be some type of extraterrestrial beings that had something to do with basically the existence of humankind. And it is said that they used to basically go back and help ancient civilizations and give them technology and basically tell them what to do and how to make these pyramids, or basically help them do this. Because if you think about it, I don't care what y'all say, there is no possible way that these Egyptians built these pyramids without some type of higher power. So you mean to tell me that these weak slaves, these weak people have built these thousands of pounds of tons and stacked them up and made these pyramids? There's no way. There's no way. The Anunnaki is said to have came down here and helped them and gave them so much knowledge and power. And rumor has it that some people in the higher ups have said that the Anunnaki was supposed to be coming back. So it just all makes sense to me. And lately it's just been so much alien talk, like more than usual. I know every other year we have a few claims and, little few videos of people talking about like different things they've seen. But lately it's just been so much alien talk that some truth has to be behind this stuff. So like I said, this is alleged, but I don't know. I don't put anything past it. But let me know what y'all thinking if y'all believe in the Anunnaki.
I don't put anything past it either. That's the problem. That's the problem. Even Joe Rogan, he talks about those type of things too. I talk about this type of things. But they're coming November. I just want to know what is traveling so fast, and what technology they have that they said it's like moving so fast that it would take us like 80 years to get there. They're moving so fast where it's gonna take them months to get to us. Like like the technology that they have, that I feel that they have is something spectacular. And then I always talk about the AI, man. Your AI is definitely preparing us for something else that we're just not ready for. Because a lot of these things we don't believe. So when it'll make it so easier just to fit in, because we'll just say, oh no, it's AI. That's AI. When it actually could be real, it can actually be a real alien, or someone that doesn't is from our planet. But this is crazy. So nothing about saying, man.
What the hell is going on this planet? So according to NASA, the aliens that's supposed to be coming here in November have a strong resemblance to us. The aggressive aliens that's on their way to Earth that's supposed to get here in November resemble African American people. And they're saying they're around 7 feet tall. And if that's the case, we already know why they're aggressive. We already know what they're coming back here for. Earlier this summer, the Pentagon said that the Anunnaki will be back here in the next 2 years.
Pentagon
and
saying
now,
this stuff.
NASA,
Like, it's crazy. The
of
Pentagon,
course, again, NASA
NASA
is saying
reporting
that
these stuff.
the aliens that are coming here this November look like African Americans. You do the math. The truth of the matter is, the truth has been hidden for way too long about what this planet is, where this planet came from, who we are as a people. And apparently, those interstellar beings that's coming here are coming here for a reason. And apparently, someone's spoken to them. Someone is keeping
I
contact
mean, of
with
course,
them.
the
Someone
FBI
knows
or
their true
people,
purpose.
Secret
Because you
Services,
can't
they
randomly
definitely
just
talk
say
about these things.
that
You
they're
know,
aggressive
they have
and they're
documentaries.
coming here aggressively.
I hope
if
they're
you
not coming
haven't
here aggressively. That's
spoken
what I
to
hope
them.
they not. That's just. I mean, I don't think they're aggressive. I think they gonna everybody just because they out of the world they gonna act accordingly. If they're here for something, or we here to give us something, or they're here to take back something, or we here to merge something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but that November talk is crazy. That November talk is insane. But what we all gonna do? Pay attention. We're gonna pay attention and see what happens. Because the size of Manhattan, that's crazy. That is crazy. Um, who's back in the news again, man? Mr. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. They said Donald Trump announced maybe the kids is only going to attend school for 6 months out of the year. Some people are not happy about this. I mean, that could change a lot of things because people have a pattern of, you know, waiting for the summer and where the kids are all let out. From even work schedule and stuff like that. Dropping them off and picking them up and things like that. Does a 6 months thing is gonna affect? Yeah. In my opinion, I mean, I don't have any kids yet, but in my opinion, 6 months, shit. I mean, what we learning now, it gotta be, I think with the new generation of they new learning technology, I don't think they're gonna learn that in school like that. So I think yes, you learn the basic stuff, writing, reading, all that stuff from that 6 month period, but they need to be starting to really pay attention to technology. That's gonna be the next generation, also next generation of wealth from 20 to 30 years now, because we don't know what jobs is gonna be replaced when it comes to the AI. So if you're really trying to teach your kids something, then that 6 months where they're out of school, the other 6 months they should be trying to pick up another hobby of technology or even something that they really want to get into that's gonna make them money and benefit them. Because let's give it that's just I mean it's hard for the teachers, because if they only work in 6 months, what are they gonna do for the other 6 months? But I mean, there's a lot of things gonna change pretty soon. A lot of things I always say that the 10 years, 20 years, a lot of things gonna change. But I mean, some people don't agree with it, but I've seen a clip they don't agree with it, but they gotta bring that to realistic. Should maybe kids be homeschooled, or a lot of people are fighting to be inside with kids and things like that. They don't have the traditional go outside and play. A lot of things is moving more inside, but if you're looking at 6 months of schooling, damn near, I mean, shit. Shit, it might be enough because what are you really learning to really make money out here in the world that you can say you're gonna do that you learn from school, unless you're really studying something like being a doctor or a lawyer, that type of thing. But a lot of things gonna change with the AI. But they were outrageous, seeing clip they were not happy about that.
Right now, some
Okay, we got it. I think we're good. Breaking news in a shocking and highly controversial statement. President Donald Trump has proposed a dramatic cut to the length of the U.S. academic year, allowing children to attend school for only 6 months annually starting in August. Citing the post-COVID reality of disrupted education, Trump stated, "Kids don't need to be locked up in classrooms all year. A few months of good education is enough. Let them be kids, enjoy life, and learn from the real world." The announcement drew immediate and fierce criticism from educators, parents, and child development experts across the country. Many warned that such a drastic reduction in classroom time could severely damage academic performance, worsen educational inequality, and weaken the long-term strength of the nation's workforce. Critics argue the plan is not backed by any credible research and would reverse decades of progress in public education. Still, some of Trump's supporters applauded the move, describing it as a return to common sense and a way to shield children from overeducation and government overreach. Although no formal policy has been introduced yet, the statement has already sparked a firestorm of debate on cable news and across social media platforms, with trending hashtags like Save Our Schools and Let Kids Learn reflecting the deep divide. Whether this is a serious legislative proposal or simply another campaign season headline remains uncertain. But one thing is clear, America's education system is now in the political crosshairs. Drop you comment.
Hey, homeschooling, I don't know. I mean, I think if you teach kids what they want to prepare that's going to get them ahead of life, I think that'll be better. I mean, the whole school system needs to be changed because something can't stay the same when things in the world is changing. That doesn't make no sense. Yes, and then it's stuff they teach sometimes, even in history, but it's not even right. It's wrong. The information is wrong. And then the mathematics is all wrong. It's a lot of things need to be changed. But I think the AI is gonna bring a lot of this stuff to life because if you have a machine that's smarter than everybody in the world and it's going to teach your kid, because now even different schools in China they have homeschooling or even AI machines just in school and they're way steps ahead of America right now and they're just learning different technology and that's going to be advanced to them throughout life because the best way to teach a kid is when they're young because then it actually molds them and they actually teaches them things very quickly at a young age and they become even smarter at a young age. So but I mean it's interesting to see just to have that discussion to see he's like, oh, 6 months might be enough for kids, but I don't know about let them out and have fun. Like that's not what the extra 6 months should be preparing. They should be preparing for another hobby or something that they want to get into because things are really getting serious quickly. So that fun stuff, I don't know. Yeah, it's time to play, but at a certain early age, you got to start learning things. But we'll see. We'll see if that actually that true or is that just another politics discussion. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, but talking about a little bit of technology, Apple, they revealed that they're gonna do $600 billion U.S. investment at the White House. I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of money, a lot of money. Apple's ready to put to the U.S. I mean, they've said they're gonna make with their glass into the glass of the iPhones into U.S. now because everything usually comes from China, and with this tariff type of things is going on. So uh, it'll be a smart to really try to bring everything back home to invest in USA. But that was interesting when they said it.
Today, Apple is announcing that it will invest $600 billion, that's with a B, in the United States over the next 4 years. That's $100 billion more than they were originally going to invest. These investments will directly create more than 20,000 brand new American jobs and many thousands more at the Apple suppliers like Corning, Broadcom, Texas Instruments, and Samsung.
Mr. President, thank you very much for having me here today. You've been a great advocate for American innovation and manufacturing. I'm grateful for your leadership and your commitment. That's a commitment we share at Apple because American innovation is central to everything we do.
They even got him a little award and everything. Gave him a special little Apple award to 24 golded little award to President Trump. So you got the Stargate still. With I talked about that early. With that investment. So they're still heavily investing in technology. And we just gotta find a way to move with it. So that's what that is. Um, yeah, I always talk about Diddy, but the update, he's still trying to get a bond, because he's still trying to fight that. But it was interesting when I guess his lawyer was on a podcast or he was on making an interview. He was saying that Diddy is planning to like he wants to have like a welcome home party at the MSG, so Masquerade Garden. Um, how many days would he run that? It's like I guess he's just trying to get back to business. He's just letting you know once he get out of jail, he's going back to performing. He's putting back a concert. You know, people was making jokes. They was like, "Oh, you should lean into it. You should call it the Diddy party or with the baby oil. Like he should lean into all the hot topics if he gets free or when he gets free, because they still can't really hold him for too many crimes that they found not guilty of. But they people saying they should lean into it, saying it should be the Diddy parties and things like that. So looks like he's in a good spirit to that these things is probably looking a better situation for him. So that's it's interesting. He's just planning to have a concert at the Masquerade Garden. He's like, yo, I want to get out, welcome home. It'll be a welcome home party. But is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? How many people want to support him? Of course, people want to support him because that's still Diddy at the end of the day. He has hits. He has music. He brought some good music to the world. So we always gonna love to hear the music. So we'll see. That'll be interesting. To see if he actually puts that together and that goes out. So we'll pay attention to that. But talking about music, let's get into some new music. Let's get into some new music. Gunner dropped an album. I ain't see that coming, but he dropped an album called The Last Wham. Supposedly this is supposed to be the last track of the the last album that he has on for the YSL. Him and Young Thug, being signed to Young Thug in that group. So he's saying this might be his last. Latest this was his last album. He put 25 tracks on there. Uh, that's a lot of tracks. But I could say he's still giving it a good effort in the album. Sounds like a lot of vibes on there. Couldn't get through all the tracks, but the ones that he had with Future, the Offset, that was tough. So he had a Burner Boy on there, Wiz Kid. Those tracks that really stand out with the features. He didn't put too much features on there, but he definitely getting into these vibes, man. Definitely getting into these vibes. So it looks like that the Gunna is not going nowhere. He's still a great artist. And then we're gonna see his next move once he's finished with the YSL. And who else he's gonna collaborate with when it comes up to the next album and next project. But he's still got a bunch of hits. He's still got a bunch of songs. So he's definitely gonna put out some good music, and you find definitely good vibes on there. He still give you that good energy. So definitely check out the Gunners album. The Last Slam. Definitely fire. Yeah. Getting in some R&B, man. Out of nowhere, Bryson Tiller. I didn't see that either. With Solace, the vibes, the rights. Um, yeah, man. When I first listened to it, I was like, damn, it's fire. This joint is fire. Definitely bringing back the feeling of his beginning music, of his soul, soul tape. Um, definitely. Um, he's talking his shit. He's getting more of his confidence level. He's addressing the haters who said he was gone. He's not gonna make music or he's finished. He had a song called "Finish," but I don't know. I mean, because if you pay attention to what I feel talk about, I've been following his journey. And he putting out some good music still. He's still putting out better music than a lot of artists when it comes down to the R&B scene. So I don't see him going anywhere, especially he's like, he's Pen Griffey. So he's definitely, still got some hits up his sleeve, and he's getting into the good music. Good music on his album I checked out. Yeah. Um Went right to that Rick Ross track because him and Rick Ross always got some good bangers together. So went right to there and it didn't disappoint me. I don't think too many like guests on there. Too many artists is guests on there, but definitely solid project, solid. Oh yeah, Bumby on there that was different. But yeah, I don't know. Like, and he has another part two. Looks like coming. Another one he's working on, like a part two of it. But solid project. Definitely solid project from Bryson Tiller. And then did see him. I talked about the him and Chris Brown track. So yeah, just out of nowhere, just giving that energy for the summer. So definitely check out Bryson Tiller album. Yeah, all right. Again, some technology. So this technology is from Elon Musk, Rock. So that was the AI making the videos and things like that. But now is a little bit different mode. It's called spicy, and with this spicy mode, is like a lot of controversy was about it because almost got in trouble with it because they said it was like somebody made like an AI Taylor Swift thing. She was at the game, but then she was like supposedly showing because this one you can actually go into like bikinis, show different women in bikinis or even guys with the shirt off and things like that. I didn't see it, but they said it showed nudity with Taylor Swift, and then Swifties probably was behind that. Was like, oh, can't believe, yeah, Musk is doing this, blah 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 blah. So but I didn't see it. I didn't see the clip that they people was talking about. But this mode definitely looks like it's more moving to more adult. 'Cause they call it spicy. When things are spicy, it's definitely adult when you get things spicy. But yeah, it's just funny how like all this technology is moving so quickly. Where it's just evolving now to where you can damn near take off the clothes. Crazy. They're gonna have it some type of X-rated AI. I mean, that's definitely gonna come. It's just like regular porn. Porn can. So but they just gotta work it out where it's you can't be putting it naked artists out there that are using people's bodies without the permission or even using people's faces without their permission. That's where things gonna get a little bit more illegal and non constitutional. It's gonna really go against your rights because they can't just make you have no clothes on and like that type of thing is gonna get crazy. But it's gonna be there. What I mean? It's gonna be there. It's gonna start being more nudity in the AI. 'Cause AI is getting so crazy. I mean, so much AI stuff is just going out the window to the point where YouTube was like, oh, you know what? The market is getting so flooded with AI. We're not gonna monetize anything that's AI. So it's good because you want to get rid of the fake people and actually have the real content people who are making the content real and not just the fake behind it. So that's good. But it's funny. It's definitely funny, and I'm watching all the baby AI comedy. Oh my god, all the shit is making me hilariously. But yeah, like I was saying, like these AI baby creation that they just going crazy on the internet, man. They're funny. It's comedy, but it's just crazy how AI is moving so fast, and it's just taking over. Because it's showing you things you've never seen. Babies talking crazy. It just makes um a different comedy and the way they taking it. But I seen the clip. It's just funny.
Here, sweetie.
Put me back. My daddy's.
When did you decide you wanted to get up and start walking?
When I saw my big brother get chased down the street by 17 pitbulls.
Hey, Alan, why are you working so hard?
Mom says no more milk unless I start paying bills. All I wanted was a nap.
Do you like your dad?
No, I fell out of my crib and my dad picked me up and said, no worries, 5-second rule.
Why are you upset?
I caught my dad stealing my food source straight from my mommy's mouth. This is the IRS. We only accept gift cards, sir.
Different languages.
Congratulations on your first scam, son.
Were you expecting to have older siblings?
I thought I was the miracle baby. I guess I was a mistake.
So how did it feel when your mom was giving birth to you?
Man, that doctor was yanking my head like he was trying to download my brain. Where's the doctor?
I'm here, sweetie.
Put me back. My daddy says my mommy's house got roaches.
Why
Oh,
are you
no.
in this truck alone?
They said we going fishing, but I'm the only one in the dang net. Where's the doctor?
Why?
I want to go back, but Dad keeps knocking on the door I came out of.
So how would you
Oh,
rate your
no.
mom's singing voice?
Somewhere between a broken flute and a dying cat.
Why are you so dramatic?
Didn't you see the guy that passed out when I was coming out of my mom?
What's the first thing you want to eat when you get home?
I want some fried chicken and orange fun.
Did you decide you
They
wanted to
need
get
to
up?
stop. They need to stop with this AI baby joint. It's hilarious. And they even taking ones from the movies that and is making a comedy. Oh man, there's so many. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that the monetization of the YouTube. They said it's too much. When they flood it too much, it's not fair to the real content. So we got to keep the real people and the fake aside. Yeah, it's fun to see and make that, but let's not forget that there's real people and there's real interaction and way that we can use us. I mean, at the end of the day, if you put yourself in it and then use AI, maybe that's fine. I think that should be okay to monetize. But if you just going ahead and just using AI and then it's gonna get flooded. It's definitely gonna get flooded. And it's already flooding the market. So these things are looking real, and I don't know where they're getting these damn pictures and everything from so quickly. Because all this stuff looks real. All this stuff looks like AI. I mean, it looks like humans. So eventually, all this stuff is just gonna be over flooded. But that just get back to what I was talking about, the grok with the spicy with Elon. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's definitely pause, but it's definitely the porn of the AI is gonna come. And then that's just how it's gonna be. It's gonna just see how it's monetized and just make sure it's not against the law the way how to use it. So, that's how that. But that was crazy. Talking about crazy, it was another thing that I seen. I don't know how true this is, but they said it was a man who died like 7 times, and now he's like afraid that he won't ever die. That's crazy. I mean, he said he came back to life. Even doctors pronounced him dead. And he just a couple of days he come back to life. Been in different situations where he got hit by a truck or whatever, comes back to life. They put him in the morgue and comes back to life. Doctors pronounce him dead again. He comes back to life. If that is true, shit, that's an alien itself. That's an alien itself.
Ismail Azizi from Tanzania has reportedly been declared medically dead by doctors on 6 separate occasions, but has come back to life every single time, and no one can explain how. In a recent documentary by Afromax, they report that the first time he died was after a workplace accident. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition, and soon after, doctors declared him dead, not some randoms off the street. His body was taken to the morgue while his family started preparing his funeral, but to their bewilderment, he regained consciousness and walked out of the morgue onto the street like he was taking a nap. And that was only round 1. He died again after catching malaria, but this time he made it all the way to the coffin before yet again waking up at his own funeral. Now this became a literal cycle for years. Death 3 was after a car accident where he collided with a fuel tank and put him in a coma. But like clockwork at this point, after being pronounced dead by medical professionals again, he woke up. And at this point, even the doctors were getting freaked out. Death 4 was after he got bit by a venomous snake, but this time he spent a whopping 3 days in the morgue. And that really convinced his family that Ishmael was gone for good this time. But no, because when they went to go retrieve his body for his 4th funeral, he woke up again. Now after his 5th death, he fell into a toilet pit. His community started getting a little scared, and they became convinced beyond reasonable doubt that he was a witch or a ghost. So you know what they decided to do? Burn his house down with him inside to try and kill him for the 6th and final time. And guess what? They were successful until he woke up again. Bro, I'd be scared too. I couldn't die. And now, after all of this, he has to live in an isolated old house with no neighbors because apparently he's a bit of a local legend and people are too scared to live near him. He also said he can't get a job either as a result of the stigma. Bro, one meeting with JD Vance, cook him for sure.
Where is this guy at? Where is this guy at? Somebody needs to find this guy and really interview and see what's going on and to study him. He needs to be studied. That's damn near immortal. You know, that's immortal. I don't know what the true fat. I told you, I probably call this episode "Put Your Tinfoil Hat On." You know, because a lot of it is crazy. A lot of this shit is crazy. But if he really died 7 times and they pronounced him dead and he came back, yeah, they burnt down his house because they caught it. Then he went, found him in the morgue and popped back up. He's still alive. That's crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on, but all I know is you gotta get people. You gotta keep it just these crazy stuff. But let's get some motivation, man. You know, motivation. I need a motivation. All right. So this motivation says, never let just one opinion be your guideline. Agree. You can't just follow one opinion. You know, it's still an opinion. So everybody's entitled to their opinion. But don't let that one opinion be your guideline, especially guideline in life. You know, how you gotta navigate through this life, this thing called life. You know, sometimes you can't just listen to one. You gotta get other more insight of other opinions and make your choice of which to follow. That's what I got when I heard never let just one opinion be your guideline. So yeah, that's what I heard. That. Let's get one more. Says when life knocks you down, stand up stronger than before. Hey, yeah, testament of that, man. You know, life is always gonna knock you down. And it's gonna knock you down. But like I said, it's always your choice to make sure you stand up. Then that's when you stand up, you stand up stronger than before. You know, give it even more. You know, when it knocks you down. So I like that saying. I like that motivation. I like that feel. So you're gonna get knocked down. You know, in life. That's part of life. You know, you're gonna get knocked down. But it's your duty and your obligation to definitely stand up. And then once you stand up, make sure you stand up stronger than before. So it just keep going and keep growing and keep moving. Yeah, so I like that, like those saying, I like everything that's it. So definitely thanks for checking me out for episode 77, man. Another round of applause for that, you know. Um, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my music. Still got the Skyrise, featuring G Herbo doing the intro. Also got the, Ty Dolla Sign Savage. I like that song still going. So definitely check out that. And then yeah, you know what? I'm planning to actually probably drop another music soon. Hopefully, soon. I'm just gonna drop another song soon. So yeah, definitely check out that when I drop it and support, support me, and I'm definitely gonna support you. So yeah, you've been rocking with Duvop. In the meantime, between time, peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.